It is so great to have you here.
Thanks.
We've
Thanks for
wanted
having
to
me.
have you here for such a long time.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh man, I didn't even know. I'd be here in a second.
You like the joint?
I love it. It's amazing. I want to live here.
Do you?
It's cool.
You could. I'm sure we could give you a good price on the couch. A
Okay.
good rental fee.
I'm in.
So the Emmys, I watched it last night. You were there presenting.
Yes.
I want to know all the behind the scenes. I saw your twit pic with LL Cool J. I think
Right.
was that backstage.
That was backstage. Yeah. No, LL and I are good friends. We did a movie together years ago, and we were hanging out. It's always great to see him.
He's just too cool. Like I
He
just
is.
feel like when you're around him, do you just
Well, you know what LL stands for, right?
no.
You don't know?
No.
Wow. Ladies love.
No, did he tell you that, or did you name him that?
I asked him. I said, "What's up with LL? What's that mean?" He told me, "Ladies love."
Speaking of which, on your Instagram, it's McDermott.
That's right.
So you have a thing too.
You know why?
Why?
Because Saturday Night Live did a skit on me between, Dermot Mulroney and Dylan McDermott, and the guys came up with in the game show, McDillett, Durble McDillett. So I
Love
just stole
it.
the name, and that's my Instagram.
And I think we've had the other two in here, and we've played that game with.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Well, okay.
But we know who you are.
Thank God.
So give us sort of the behind the scenes at the Emmys. Like, what was the most fun part of the night?
You know what? It was really cool because I hadn't been there in a long time, and it was just great to show up and to be there and see all my friends and people I've worked with over the years and kind of celebrate the night, and actors who won, giving the Emmy to Jeff Daniels, who I'm a big fan of his and I love his work. The little things like that, being with Juliana Margulies and seeing the cast of American Horror Story and seeing Jerry Bruckheimer I'm doing Hostages with now. So,
Do you have a name for him? Do you call him Brooks? Are you that tight with him?
Mr. Bruckheimer.
It's still Mr. Bruckheimer?
Yes, no.
Now let's talk about men's fashion for a second, because you went super classic, and I saw this morning, I went on my Google, and you were on all the best dress lists.
Wow, that's cool.
You went really classic, but some people, like I saw Alec Baldwin, he did the shiny suit.
Oh, he did? I didn't notice
You
that.
didn't see him?
No.
Yeah, he was very shiny.
I saw him, but I didn't notice the suit.
Maybe it was just under the lights. He looked
Oh,
shiny. And then Neil
okay.
Patrick Harris went red with the red, and John Hamm wore white.
Okay.
Do you always keep it classic?
I like classic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something about it. It keeps it classy, and Gucci dressed me, and they did a great job. So
You can't go wrong with Gucci.
I mean, come on, it's the Gooch.
So you have Nick. I love that you have nicknames for everything.
Sure.
So Hostages on CBS. It's a little bit different for CBS. They've sort of called it like they're a groundbreaking show for them. It's a limited run, 15 episodes.
Yep.
How is this, because you've done so many things in your career, how is it different for you from something you've done before?
Well, I do believe that it is groundbreaking in many ways, because they're traditionally they do like 22, 24 episodes. This is 15 episodes. It's sort of streamlined, so that's new for them.
And also the anti-hero, it seems like, has become popular.
Yeah.
And you're sort of that guy in a way. And I want to quote you. I
Okay.
think I got this from the trailer. Sometimes you have to do bad things for a good reason.
That's right.
Is that true in life too?
Is it true in life?
I'm going to give you a scenario.
Okay, go ahead.
A woman says, "Do I look fat in this dress?"
Right.
She does.
Yes.
Do you tell her the truth? Is that saying a bad thing for a good reason, or is that just a bad thing?
No, absolutely not. You say, you look great. Your eyes are amazing. I love your shoe. You really pulled it all together.
Okay, so you're lying.
No,
So
you never want to make people feel bad. I mean, at least I don't. You want to make people feel good.
But then she's going to go out and she's going to look fat in the dress.
But you know what? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? It's not. There's plenty of beautiful. I think beautiful is inside. Pretty is outside. You can be pretty and not beautiful, right? So there's many women who I think are beautiful, and they're maybe not what society thinks is beautiful, but I think they're beautiful because it comes from the inside.
Do you realize how many women are now going to approach you before? As if they weren't enough in love as it is. So how is it different from everything?
Because the content, I think the content is it's scary, number one. I mean, the idea that I want to kill the President of the United States and I'm on network television is like huge.
Right.
When have they ever done that?
But it's for a good reason, right?
Well, I mean, no matter what, I don't know how good the reason can be. I'm still doing very bad things, and I'm taking people hostage. So you can only justify it for so long.
So you take Toni Collette's character and her family hostage.
Yes.
But then I saw in the trailer you end up kissing her. Please explain that to me.
What about that?
What about that? Something's going on behind the scenes. Something isn't right there.
Well, there's something called Stockholm Syndrome. Do you know what that is?
Sure. Remind me again.
Well, this happens quite a bit with hostage taking, that the hostage taker and the hostage kind of form a bond with each other and a relationship, if you will. And they kind of like it, and they get used to it. And all of a sudden, you're making out with them.
Happens all the time.
But there are certain people who are given the choice to leave a hostage situation over many, many years, of course, and they decide to stay.
Interesting.
Because they're so hooked into the relationship. So it's very complicated, this relationship. It's very intricate.
So I saw on your Instagram, it was a throwback picture. Maybe it was Throwback Thursday or something. Yeah. And it was a GQ cover.
Yes.
It was with Will Smith and
Yes.
Tom Hanks and yourself.
1999, Party Like.
Party Like is 1999. Now,
Yes.
why did you choose to put that back? I mean, obviously it's an incredible cover, but
I just have, I haven't seen it in a while. It was a great time in my career at that point, and here it is again, because it takes a long time, with your career. Sometimes, I had incredible success with the practice, and then things waned after that, and then it took me many years to come back and have American Horror Story again, and then the campaign and Olympus Has Fallen, building the career back up again, and now Hostages. But that takes years, if you look on the graph. So, it's the up and down life of an actor.
So how do you, as A-list advice from an A-lister,
Well, thank you.
who's been in the business for such a long time and ridden the roller coaster and you're on such a high, advice to people sort of either starting out or in the lows?
I don't know if you teach it, you know what I mean? It's sort of like in your DNA. I think my tenacity is something that I've always had, since I was a kid. And I think, I've always had something to say or something to prove in life, and I think that's maybe different from other people. It's like a need for me, and maybe other people have a desire to act, but my desire is more of a need.
And so last but not least, are we going to see you on season 3 of American Horror Story?
I hope so. I love American Horror Story, and last year was the same kind of thing where I wasn't sure I was coming back, and Ryan called me up and said, I want you to play Bloodyface Jr. And he told me the whole thing, and I was like, what?
He had you at the name Bloodyface Jr.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was just like so intrigued, and I was immediately was like, yeah, let's do it. I was in it from the moment we talked about it.
And guess what, young Hollywood watchers? He told me before we started rolling that if you watch American Horror Story, he considers you a sicko. So there, because I watch it, and so he said, I know a lot about you now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
This is a pleasure. Congrats on the new show.
Thank you.